We all deserve to be treated fairly when looking for a place to live. The Federal Fair Housing Act prohibits discrimination in housing-related transactions because of race, color, religion, national origin, sex, disability, or familial status. Discrimination is not always obvious and can take many forms.
Hello?
For example, you may be falsely told that an apartment is not available because someone doesn't want to rent to families with children or people of your race or ethnicity. You may be charged higher fees or deposits because of your race or national origin.
Who's going to be living with you?
It will be me, my husband, and I have a son and a daughter.
You know, I'm sorry. We don't have any apartments available right now.
If someone refuses to make a reasonable accommodation you may need because you have a disability, only shows you homes for sale in neighborhoods where people of your race live, or denies you a mortgage because you are on maternity leave, that's considered discrimination too, as are many other actions. If you believe you have experienced housing discrimination, you can do something about it. To get help with filing a complaint, you may contact a local fair housing organization or state or local civil rights agency. You may also file a complaint with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, known as HUD, which is responsible for enforcing the Fair Housing Act and protecting your rights. There are several ways to file a complaint. You may call HUD's toll-free number, file online at HUD's website, download the Fair Housing mobile app, or file in person at a HUD office. Make sure you file your HUD complaint within 1 year from the date you believe the discrimination occurred. If HUD determines that your complaint is covered by the Fair Housing Act, it will send a notification letter to you and to all the parties who discriminated against you, known as the respondents.
It'll be just a minute.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Lisa. Come on back, let's talk.
Your complaint is then assigned to an investigator, either at HUD or at a state or city agency with a law similar to the Fair Housing Act. The investigator will talk to you, on the phone or in person, about your allegation of discrimination.
After I told her that we had the kids, she said that there wasn't anything available.
Okay, let me look into this. I'm an investigator with HUD's Office of Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity.
Then HUD will investigate your complaint, interviewing you and the respondents, identifying and interviewing potential witnesses, reviewing documents, and gathering other information.
Well, thank you all for being here today.
Throughout the investigative process, which may take several months, HUD will also try to negotiate a resolution between you and the respondents. This may be done over the phone, but sometimes HUD brings the parties together to see if there's a settlement that everyone can agree on. In many cases, the parties do reach a compromise. However, if they are unable to do so, HUD will continue the investigation. Once the investigation is completed, the investigator prepares a final investigative report. HUD will then determine whether or not there is reasonable cause to believe that discrimination has occurred in your case. If HUD determines that there is no reasonable cause to believe a violation of the Fair Housing Act has occurred, you can still pursue your case in federal or state court. If HUD determines that there is reasonable cause to believe discrimination has occurred, HUD will issue a charge of discrimination to initiate a lawsuit against the respondents. Either party may choose to have the case heard in federal court. If no one chooses federal court, the case will be heard by an administrative law judge at no cost to you.
How are you? I'm all right. How are you? Are you ready?
A government attorney will prosecute the case, and you may also hire your own lawyer.
We're going to have to sign it on the first page.
If a case is decided in your favor, various things may happen. You may be able to lease the original apartment you wanted. You may be entitled to the reasonable accommodation or modification that you requested because you have a disability. You may receive payment for out-of-pocket expenses and for emotional distress or humiliation.
To your new apartment.
Thank you.
Just as important, the housing provider will also be required to implement policies to make sure it does not discriminate against anyone else. your complaint may open up housing opportunities for other individuals and families. If you believe you have experienced housing discrimination, you can do something about it. For more information about filing a complaint of housing discrimination, please visit hud.gov/fairhousing or call 1-800-669-9777. To find a local fair housing organization, please visit nationalfairhousing.org. Fair housing is your right. Use it.